Hey folks, Cool18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Sid Meier's Civilization Beyond Earth. We are playing as Polystralia, and we have expanded again. I'd still really like to build another city here, if not two, relatively soon. But we have to decide at this point if we're going to focus on growth, or if we're going to focus on maybe taking Mandira. And honestly, I think focusing on growth is the far less risky thing to do. We should be able to settle two cities here. Once we get Magna Santi, I'm thinking we should have plenty of happiness to do so. We can continue to expand, why not? It'll deny the spot from the AIs as well and be fairly well defended. And there's always a risk that we'll spend 2 episodes using all of our production to build military units and not take Mandira. Or if we do, it still might not put us ahead, you know, given all the resources we have to expend to do it. So I will continue to think about taking a defensive front. We're sorry, it won't happen again. I won't spy on you. I want to stay friends for now. This won't happen again. I'll be spying on other people. Don't worry about it. But don't spy on Brasilia, don't spy on the KPs.
Life is an inherently depreciating asset.
Alright, good buildings, good tech. We're going to research photosystems next, which is the plantation improvement food bonus is actually very nice, but I'm actually really eager to start building the solar collectors. Now, oh, they need no resources. I always forget about that. No petroleum, no titanium, just lots and lots of extra money. We're going to try to dump one of those on like every single one of my cities. It's not just the +1 energy per tile, it's that plus 20% boost overall, and of course the harmony affinity. So quite keen on that. We have a setup that is very oriented towards making money and then trying to use it. We can buy units cheaper, and we're soon going to get the interest rates improvement. 8 turns, we're going to grab Magna Santi. But then we are going to grab investment because that will also give us the synergy bonus over here, which is really good. And then what we'll probably do is start working down the knowledge tree, especially since we can get a few of these pop-ins. We can work on, because if we get investment, we'll need, I think, 4 more tier 2 ideas, which we can get entirely within science, and then, or knowledge, and then also pop these bad boys. So, all very good. You are going to dig up that site. I don't know whatever happened to the station. There was a station there, but now it's just like rubble. I don't know. Don't look at me. I need to make sure that the Xenomass goes to me. Right now, it's not at risk, and I'm not used to seeing the AI ever, like, spam things like crazy for it. Since we're not going to be picking that tile up automatically next turn, I will play it safe and, and actually purchase this tile. Just so that nothing weird happens when I'm not looking or paying attention or something. I want that tile to be mine. So let's make sure that that happens. Covert operation detected. How is the covert ops? Oh, it's really low. It's fine. Eventually, we'll build the defensive covert ops building that prevents anything from getting above level 3, which will give me all the safety in the world. That way, no bad events can come. I might still want to knock it down from time to time to decrease people's chance of spying, or to get free science and energy. But as long as nothing bad can happen, that's the important part. Work become an attack jet. Richport has officially been founded. Hooray, hurrah. You've finished your Cyto Nursery. You have, it says 1 of 2, but I'm pretty sure it's because this trade route here, it needs directions. If I sent a trade route to Richport, it wouldn't give Richport anything. It would give me 11 production, which is pretty good. Again, lots of science and energy to be gained from these external ones, but, let's see. How is my production going? I need a lot of buildings at the front. A lot of buildings at the front. We're going to queue up an auto plant just to keep boosting our production. Oh, you are going to start off with probably an old Earth relic. And we might spend some money on you at some point, but not yet. We got a decision. Vivarium. Earth-like hybrid organs. We can either get +1 science or +1 food. I think I'm going to value the food higher than science. Science is really good, but food means bigger city, which means more science, more production, all that kind of jazz. We're going to construct a mine over here. Thank you very much. Trade convoy. Oh, this will actually get some food to Richport. And some production back to my capital. Now, my capital really doesn't need that much production because it's quite low on the number of units required, but that's okay. This worker is currently stacked up here. I do want to build some more farms by my capital, so I'm going to move you in that direction. Trade convoy here. Yeah, let's get, you know, some extra science, Tiangong. That'll be fine. Whoops. That is a lot of production back in Jimbumba, which is actually a city that needs quite a few things. God, it's so hard to decide. That's 14 money, like money tech combined, versus here, 16 food plus production. I tend to value food plus production a lot more, so let's go ahead and do that one. Science and energy is good, but 12 production is sick. So sick. I'm please waiting. I'm still please waiting. I'm still please waiting. Oh, Azraya might flip back. Which doesn't surprise me. They had so many units here, including a lot of rocket artillery. Assuming they can win the ground war, all the cities are just going to collapse in front of the KP. Alright, we don't have an auto plant in my capital yet, which seems like a pretty good idea. So, as well, the xenofuel plant. But, auto plant first. Quest decision. What is this? Observatory. Ah! Yeah, okay, so I still don't know how this works. Presumably, this gives you +2 city strength in a city with an observatory. Whereas this one just gives you +2 movement, period. I still don't... I should probably Google this, but... a permanent +2 movement base. Hopefully it's not just where you build it, but on the other hand, most of my naval units will actually be built in my capital. So, there you go. We're not going to go crazy on naval units, and yet I'll still appreciate the extra movement. So, there you have it. Let's get a farm going here, because we do need a little extra food in the capital to keep things rocking and rolling. You have... Oh, I built a manufacturer. You know how that happened? Because I accidentally hit W at some point to cycle between units. Because W is the wait command. If you look here, no. Sleep. Is it not in the list? Because normally it is. Maybe they don't actually have an icon for it? They have do nothing. Ah, here. No, that's wake. If I wake you up, though. And... they don't actually have a button for it. That's really annoying then. Because then, if you can't use W to wait with your worker, then there's no way to cycle. Like, if I'm here and hit W... well, no one else is waiting for orders? I don't know. Now I'm just fucking confused. Maybe they canceled... I always use W to cycle between units, though. I don't have... I think I have the floatstone upgrade yet. No, you need terraforming for that. And we will want it at some point. God, the weather controller is so good. That and the one that increased your production. Obviously, it's kind of out of my way. It is so good, though, because A, just more food is good. Plus, it causes more basic resources to pop up. We might have to pick it up at some point. Always need more tech. Always need more stuff. Who's waiting for an order? You. Oh, right, because I told you to wake up. So, yeah, we built that manufactory accidentally. Not the end of the world, but probably still want some farms. You over here, you were going to Tiangong, so I'm going to keep that going because that's my one token route to someone else. I built trade vessels here. You know, that's not necessarily so bad. Let's see what kind of places you can go right now. Nowhere. You literally can't go anywhere because we don't have any vision along the coast. So we're going to have to explore that. Tell you what I'm going to do. In my city where I've got my observatory, we are going to purchase a gunboat instantly. Now, the gunboat is still pretty vulnerable to some sea dragons, but we're going to get to discover things. I'm not going to get rid of the trade vessel, although obviously I'm going to cancel you, add to queue, trade convoy, and then bring that up. I'll remind people that trade vessels have now been nerfed, so they can't produce it. Why can't I go to Freeland? I must already have a local trade route between the two. Oh, that's very annoying. What if I... No, that won't help. I was going to say, if I moved you to Freeland, but Freeland's already full, so can't do anything. So trade vessel, do nothing. Xenoswarm, your job will be to... Actually, you know what? You're going to be stand on the Xenomass. Because if a war does break out, I don't want that to get pillaged on turn number 1. Very important. Sorry, I have no interest. Absolutely not. I talked about it, maybe going to war, but we're going to focus a little bit on expansion. And specifically, I should start working on that. We did recruit a couple of agents, so we're going to assign them to Le Car, where I haven't been busted yet. And the ARC, where I haven't been busted yet. I don't think I got busted in Magan either. I could have a guy over there, but I'm going to hopefully keep good friends. Azraya did not fall back to the KP, which is quite curious. Hopefully that war stays going on forever, though. I'm going to fortify here. We'll have a nice line of melee units, and specifically have a Xeno dude on the Xeno mass will feel pretty good. Gunboat! Alright, your job, since the north is probably frozen solid, will be, if we can pop this coast right here. That will give us the ability to run some trade routes with our trade ship, which is going to be nice. And then we'll keep exploring until we can get more and more trade routes. Your job is to build a farm, my friend. And your job is to, yeah, continue to do absolutely nothing. Oh! Oh, they made peace! KP has been spying on me recently. We're friends. Could I...
Namaste.
I guess I'd have to demand that you stop spying on me? No? I don't know. The pack are not at war, right?
你好.
Why don't you declare war on the KPs?
智慧和财富
1 Fraxite, 5 energy per turn.
分享物.
Sounds great to me. I should, in a sense, let the KP take a couple of turns to move their units back. Although, with the war ending, all their units would be sent back. They might be unhealthy, but it's going to take so long for the pack to actually get units over here. This is going to be okay. So again, we'll just keep our neighbors fighting. Boop.
没问题.
Super useful to do. It keeps them weaker and distracted. Now, this is a little scary. The fact that the African Union actually got bigger when they actually are not opposed anywhere in the south and have unlimited Fraxite. It's interesting. They went Harmony. Oh, they do have 9 Xenomass there and more Xenomass. Okay, so they're going to have unlimited Xenomass as well. But they did take this site very early on. It's interesting. Oh, and this 9 Xenomass is new. Why the hell did they go Harmony? They don't appear to have any Xenomass before this. Quite peculiar. Finished tech jet. Great. We are going to build... Oh, you know what we're going to do? We're going to start on a colonist here, which is going to be fine. Trade vessel. You have nowhere to go yet. Tech jet. You are just going to be on intercept duty on the front. This actually probably needs the unit building. Boomba. Oh, it's not my turn, so I can't queue anything. Yeah, go ahead and build the colonist as is, but then you are going to get a repair facility. And then you'll probably pump out, at the very least, 1 more tack jet. But we'll see. Trade vessel. Still got nowhere to go. Yeah, okay, good. Trade convoy does, however. So here we've got 13 stuffs. Oh, this would come entirely to me. It would give nothing to Jimboomba. No, it gives everything to Jimboomba and nothing comes back to me. This one is worth only 12, but it gets me a lot of production, which in Ranji I think is very, very important. So we're going to do that trade route. Plus it'll help Richfort grow, because I think it is giving them some food. And I'm happy with that. Okay, we have a gunboat here. I cancel my move. We are please waiting. We'll probably get melee. They've got a strength of 14. Yeah, the problem is my melee strength is so bad. These sea dragons are so fucking brutal at this stage in the game. It's so annoying. Alright, once our explorer finishes... Actually, hold on. Here's what we can do. Stop it. Cancel. Alright. This armor. Go over here and discover the coast for me, please. Thank you. And that'll be fine. My trade ships can't get plundered, but everything else can. This is my capital. We will... Hopefully, again, we're going to get massive happiness soon. So I will go ahead and build that vivarium. You're going to fortify there. Trade vessel's going to go nowhere. Next turn. God damn it, I hate sea dragons so much. I hate how squishy ships are. And how much sea dragons just fuck everything up. No, sorry, no interest. Do encourage you guys to go to war. Everyone war as much as possible while not gaining any terrain. Xeno Nursery. Okay. That's an excellent, excellent question. Wow, what a cool quest. That is a lot of science. That is... that's 4 turns of science, which I guess is not that much, honestly. Now, we have Xenomass, but... yeah, we want just more of it kicking around. It's a one-shot deal. Just 5 Xenomass added to our total. But I think it's well worthwhile. So we're going to do that. Much better than 4 turns worth of science. Is it time for us to hook up the petroleum? Causes a little unhealthiness. We don't necessarily need petroleum yet. Yeah, I think I'll pass. Has this been improved? It has not, but neither has this site. So let's go ahead and do that. Trade vessel, you've got nowhere to go. Colonist. You are going to be colonizing right here. I agree. These are not terrible spots. Actually, where's Ranji? Ranji reaches out. So these tiles will eventually belong to Ranji. This may, in fact, be... there's overlap. Problem is, if I go here, I don't get the algae. But I secure more Fraxite. You know what? I might actually go here. God, that's a lot of mountains. I could go all the way south a little bit faster. So... might not care about a coastal spot. Non-coastal would actually be safer. If I go, although if I went here, no, that's the site. It'll eventually get the xenomass, probably, which isn't the greatest. We have to make sure not to go into the sea, though. But, like, all that resin, this is a pretty strong location. So let's go and walk along the coast and then see what we can do. We may need to send more units down that way. Simply because there could be another alien nest in this xenomass or here. It might have been cleared out, of course, but there might be a lot of aliens down there, so we're going to have to protect our settler, which, unlike our trade units, can be eaten. We do have an armor, which actually will do pretty well, because this is the second tier, and I don't think the alien's getting any stronger over the course of the game. Oh, spies need orders. Go ahead and steel science. Oh, and energy. They're both pretty good right now. Mass digester, I don't know what happens with the quest result here. This is grower specialist slots, which basically feed themselves, allow your city to keep growing when they're out of tiles. We're far from that point, so I have no need to rush there. Although again, I don't remember what the traits with the quest decisions are, and it might be really good. Obviously, though, we need a xenofuel plant. I need to get that going. Here, an auto plant would actually serve us very well. Are you capped on happiness? You are, so we don't need the Cyto Nursery yet. Auto plant, okay. +1 production, +1 energy. Okay, so this used to give us, like, +1 trade route, which is, like, the most OP quest in the whole thing. And also one of the reasons there was too many trade routes to manage. So now it's no longer the case. Certainly I'm going to want production more than +1 energy. Even though I'm stacking a lot of pro energy stuff, when it's a 1-to-1 ratio like this, I will take the production. No questions asked. You are going to build me yet another farm. Trade vessel, you still got no... Oh, you can go to Freeland. Oh, because the our little internal trade route is gone. Good, so we can keep that going for now. And I'll probably get an order for another trade route in a second. You have finished building on the xenomass, which is not yet being worked. Is it because I'm so massively unhappy? I suppose that's not unreasonable. And yet it is. I'm going to lock you down. Always work the xenomass, always be growing, even if we're horribly unhappy, which hopefully will go away soon. Cross my fingers. I think I'm going to build a mine on this Tundra Hill very, very soon. Potentially now. Trade convoy. Establish trade route. You were going to Pembella, so you're not one of my important external trade routes, which is fine. And, however, Freeland or Ranji would both give me more stuff. I'm going to go to the Ranji one, just because Ranji could, even though it's only 1 production, it's still something that it kind of sort of needs. Worker, you've completed that farm, which is great. That's coast, so we're not going to do that. 3, we're going to build another farm there for my capital. This is the trade route that was going over here, but can no longer do so. We can get a total of like 10-ish stuffs from here, 9-ish from over here. So no, we're going to keep going with the internal trade routes. They both net the same amount. So I'm going to go with Pembella, because Pembella actually needs more stuff than Jimbumba. Jimbumba's mostly going to be focusing on units. We got an 88 culture from finishing that, which is great. You want to keep this deal going where you're giving me raw energy for some xenomass, and I'm okay with that. We're okay. We got tons of xenomass, actually. Did one of our other deals expire? No, maybe we just hooked up more xenomass, which is groovy. We've got more than enough. We don't have tons of our xenoswarms yet, and we are going to want to build a few more of those. 0 turns away. Yes, virtue. Magnasanti, please. Please be awesome. Okay. It does indeed count as a virtue, so it's global. Of course, we're losing 20 from number of cities, so we actually need more global happiness than we've got. As we continue to build buildings, that will improve in states, but we're about to settle another city, which is going to be a little bit on the rough side. Your job is still to come this way. We might want to send more there. Do I still have my artillery? Where's my missile dude? Oh, it's down here, right. Spotting around the coast, which he has done. I'm going to spot a little down here. It's slightly at risk, but it exposes the rest of the coast, and I'm going to send it back to escort this colonist, who's a little bit vulnerable right now, because something could spawn in the darkness, of course. Explorer is done, which is good. I'm going to get you to get a new exploration pack, and then I'm going to put you on Auto Explorer, which probably means you'll just get eaten by a sea dragon. But hey, that's life. You were going to New Babylon. Still, please keep going to New Babylon, which is a great little trade route. We're going to keep adding up money. Is there a tile I might be interested in buying instantly? I don't think so. We could potentially buy a building somewhere. For example, increase our border growth a little bit faster right here on the front. Or maybe for Richport. You're very slowly building an Old Earth relic. You know what we're going to do? We're going to purchase a Pharma Lab immediately. There we are. Hey, we're no longer unhappy. We'll become unhappy again soon, but that's all right. That's its cap of local happiness, though, so not much else we can do there. As these cities continue to grow, right now already, we're out of happiness buildings we can build there. So we could actually have more local happiness in both Freeland and Jimbumba. So what we're going to have to do is unlock a new happiness building relatively soon. All these sweets are good. Oh, we need Fraxite, but we don't actually need supremacy levels. I didn't realize that. Social dynamism is the one that gives you the Soma distillery, which is really good. But there's more, isn't there? If we filter for health. Level 2 purity, which we don't have. Over here, gene smelter, which is pretty strong. It's fairly far away, but not that far away. Our science is actually doing pretty well right now. We don't have level 5 purity or level 5 supremacy. That is a wonder. We're not going to build that. Augmentation, we need supremacy for. Hang on. Feels like the pickings are a little slimmer if you go... Ah, progenitor garden. Okay. It's very far away. But, oops. Remove the filter. What are we researching right now? Right over here. Which is important. The photosystems. We're one turn away from that. We might want to rush up the transgenics afterwards to unlock the gene smelter. Which then can get alien hybridization, which wouldn't be terrible. I mean, more harmony is good, and that's a sweet, sweet unit. Or ability. It does delay the grow lab, but honestly, we can only grow so far right now. At the very least, I think we got to go to a transgenics. And if we're going to go there, we'll probably... There might be some easier affinity points, of course, but that's pretty strong. You know what? We're going to do that. I'm a sucker for rushing affinity levels, so I'm fine with it. Where are we building this? Hambella. Lots of stuff that might be worthwhile. Oh, you know what the other thing we might want to do is invest in some defenses. We're pretty safe so far, but I don't know. Let's go ahead and get a laboratory. It would probably be really, really cheap at this point for us to pick up defense grid. And I still like the idea of the rocket battery. Okay, photosystems into defense grid just to make sure we don't lose into alien hybridization. Cloning plants are going to be pretty sweet too. We have xenomass everywhere, so it's going to work out. You are now going to come back to the north and protect our settler. Colonist, I suppose. Go that way. I would like a mine. Some manufactories might not be uncalled for, but oh, happiness problems. Yeah, it doesn't help, of course, that we have an extra 2 unhealthiness from cities. I think that is the I think that's the workshop that's giving us that 2 unhealthiness. I'm tempted to go and destroy it. All right, you're on auto explore. Have fun. Try not to die. Have fun storming the castle. We're going to finish Please Waiting, and then we'll probably put a cut in this episode. These guys are still duking it out. Nothing's really happening, which makes me happy. So good. We are going to build the crap out of those satellites. We want to make sure we have 1 solar collector over every single city. I don't need more coverage. Actually, I suppose I can queue them all up here, can't I? It might get kind of weird. It might like auto cancel the next solar collector while there's one in the city. Until I launch one. I think it's going to do that, because you can only have 1 satellite unit, like, sitting idle in the city. So I think it'll auto-cancel the next one in the queue. I mean, tell you what, I'll put it in there just to see. But I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. Whoa, we got upgrades. Cruiser increases its range strength, not its melee strength, which makes it so brutal against the sea units. Most of these are going to be bombarding the coast, but it's important to win the sea battle. So I like the bonus strength there. Oh, we're going to get our Brawler. Plus 10 strength flat, not to mention... oh yeah, this is the one with all the solo bonuses, which I don't like. Oh, this would cause them to explode. Which does mean you have to lose the unit when it does it, but that's a lot of damage for a frontline defender. And I don't like... This is a lot of strength, but I don't tend to position my units so that they're not adjacent to anyone else. I like to make lines, which is one of the reasons I'm particularly keen, if we go to the soldier. No? Really? What? Okay, I guess I gotta pick the upgrade. I think it's the purity ones that get all the massive adjacency bonuses, right? Needle jets, now, like, that's doubling their strength, right? Or not quite doubling, but pretty good. Also plus 1 range, which is critical. Also, the bonus while air sweeping isn't bad. I don't think we need bonuses when intercepting. I think they already intercept pretty good if that's what we're doing. So instead, it's mostly about like being able to bombard better. Okay, now I can check the soldiers. So, yeah, I guess you can't see it anymore. Oh, the miasma bonus. We might just really have to stack like crazy miasma tricks, which brings me back to playing some of the Alpha Centauri games way back in the day. All right, well, we're going to put a cut in here. I continue to be relatively okay with how things are going. This is going to be a very forward settlement, which might be a little goofy, but we can basically fill in this gap whenever we want. The one thing, and I think we were talking about maybe settling on the coast. No, I'm settling inland, aren't I? That was the idea. Oh, I think I was looking at here, which is fine. It doesn't get that frac site, but this site would. And yeah, I think that's how it's going to work. We're going to settle here, and we're going to settle here. By being coastal, it will allow us to have our city connection instantly before we build roads. So we'll save a few resources that way from over here. We aren't getting the algae that way. Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah, it's here. No, we still don't get the algae. We get it here, but then we lose the frac site and the extra xenomass and this resin. Now, this is going to be a fine site. It is going to have to get a few border pops. We'll probably spend some money making sure they get the culture buildings. But again, that will have to wait until next time. Bye-bye, folks.